Welcome to day 6 of my Pacific Crest Trail thru hike. In this episode, I will do some stealth camping, have a close encounter with a rattlesnake, and do my very best to manage the chaos of a resupply day in town. If you're new here, my name is Christine, aka trail name Penny, and I've been living as a nomad for the past 6 years. My travels sometimes take me internationally, but mostly living out of my Subaru Forester. If you'd like to catch up, there's plenty of content on the channel to check out. But for now, let's get hiking. It's been a long day, 15 and a half miles. I have where I'm going to camp for tonight, but I'm going to stealth camp. Apparently, the Forest Service kind of looks the other way with PCT hikers camping in this day use area because it is right on the border of where the restriction ends. But I'm arriving after dark and I'll break camp very, very early in the morning in order to actually be stealth about it. So almost there. Today was a really long day for me. I hiked 15 and a half miles with 10 of the miles I have a freshly loaded backpack with Resupply, and it's definitely the biggest amount of mileage I've done so far this trip and that I've done in a number of years for one day, so I'm feeling it. I'm very tired. I definitely did not eat enough today. And I have to get up really early, at least break down the tent, because this is stealth camping after all. Immediately when I got up first thing this morning, I broke down my tent. So then I was day using the area, and I actually took advantage of the fact that there's picnic tables here, laid everything out, and just sort of sorted through some stuff, got rid of some things since there's a trash can here, and made note of a couple of things that when I get to Julian in a few days, I might go ahead and mail to my mom's house, because I'm like, I don't know if I actually need that stuff. And on resupply days, my pack is feeling really heavy, so I would like to try to cut some weight. Right now, my biggest concern is that I'm running out of battery power. So I'm gonna have to be a little bit more cautious about how often I'm using my phone, and that's what I'm using to film right now. So I'm probably gonna have to film just a little bit over the next couple of days in order to make sure that my battery lasts until I get to Julian. So just a heads up on that. Maybe I'll do a little montage right here, and then I'll catch you later on down the trail. Day 6, 7 miles in for the day. Yesterday I did 15 and a half. Got a little trail magic here. Soda midday as I head out to my water source back over there. See the water tank? Good morning. I slept near the water source last night. Pretty much all the other hikers went another mile and a half to camp, but it was pretty windy, and as I was filtering my water last night, I realized that this spot in particular, like this exact little tent spot right up here, was pretty sheltered from the wind. So I was like, I'm setting up right here. So I only did 10 miles yesterday. Now today I would like to try to do 15 so I could get into Julian because my phone is going to die. So if I'm not recording a lot during this segment, that is why. It's because I don't have any more power. So I'm gonna in fact have to turn my phone off. Fortunately, I've done this section of trail before, so I remember it. The views are beautiful, but they're pretty much the same. But it was really fun this morning waking up and seeing all these little bunnies come out of the bushes. Must have been sleeping next to a bunny den or something. I camped at the water source last night, which is over there. And then this morning, 2 fighter jets came through this canyon right here. It was so cool. I can still hear them in the distance, but I don't know if they're gonna come through the canyon again, but it was very cool because they were below us, because you'll hear them in one part of the sky, but by the time you're hearing them over there, they're already across the sky. So I was looking at the sky at first, and then the last second I caught a glimpse of the first one coming down the canyon below us, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's below us. And then the second one came. But I wasn't moving at the speed of light, so I wasn't able to film it. Hello. About 2.5 miles. Nope. About 2.5 hours into hiking now. Almost 5 miles. We just had a close encounter with a rattlesnake about 20 minutes ago. I'll show you that now. Yeah, I see him. He's like 2 feet off the trail. I don't know what that is in meters. Yeah, I walked just right past him.
It's very light colored. Okay. Can it see me? It seems like kind of chill, but also...
I know, it's scary. Oh my gosh. Girl. Just go. Woo.
It wasn't coiled, so...
You're gonna have to do it. I don't know.
Or you wait, I don't know. But we're here right now.
Yeah. Well, make sure you get through. If not, I'll call 911. It is scary.
It's very scary.
I can see his
But it's not very coiled. And it's
That's how they strike, is if they're coiled up. They have the energy to strike. His face is headed towards me right now.
I can see now. Do you think that I can run?
I would say
Go slow, because you're not perceived as much of a threat.
Fuck.
Go slowly and kind of like try to back towards this side of the trail.
Remember, they're just trying to protect themselves, not hurt, not hunt us. So, if that helps.
Ooh.
I know it's very scary.
It's scary. I agree.
Fuck.
Yes, girl, you got it. Go, 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 go. Oh, good job. So I walked by it first and didn't see it, but heard it, scurried past, turned around, and then I could see where it was right off trail. Just kind of helped peer pressure the other girls through. I don't really know what I would have done if that wouldn't have been a smart decision. It hadn't played out like it did, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, today's the first day on trail where it's naggingly hot. It's day 7 for me. I think the plan today is to do 12 to 14-ish miles maybe. and have positioned myself pretty well towards Scissors Crossing for a early morning, hopefully hitch into the town of Julian, where I have to pick up my next resupply box, and I'll potentially take a Nero, which is a near day off. So just a little bit of hiking in the morning and then stay in Julian overnight. I don't know. Haven't really worked out my plan yet, but just pushing as many miles as I can while it's still heating up, because it's only going to get hotter, both because the day will be wearing on and because we are making a gradual descent down to the floor of the Anza-Borrego Desert. So as the elevation decreases, the heat will increase. So yeah, that's where we're at. Check in later.
And like a lot of people stayed there. And then we did stay. I wanted to do Kitchen Creek.
Just a little windy,
But then-
but
Day 7 on the PCT. I can't believe it's been a week. I'm having an absolute blast out here, but I am ready for a town day tomorrow. Shower, laundry, that kind of thing. I have about a 3-mile hike down to Scissors Crossing. We'll hitch into Julian. Today was a fun day on trail. Spent a few hours near the water source in the shade of a bush, like true hiker trash, meeting all the people in my bubble. So if you're worried about me hitching tomorrow, don't. There's like 13 to 15 of us. We're rolling deep. The hitch into town was quite easy to get and came quickly. In Julian, my first order of business was to visit Mom's for their famous pie. PCT thru hikers will show their permit and then get a free slice of pie with a scoop of ice cream and a drink of their choice. Pretty amazing deal if you ask me. In general, Julian is a friendly PCT thru hiker town, and even a gear shop pops up during hiker season. This one's called 2 Foot Adventures, and they have most, if not everything, a hiker would need. I myself picked up a piece of Tyvek and then headed to the post office for my resupply box. I just went to the post office to pick up my resupply here in Julian. I got my free pie from Mom's and a lemonade, a scoop of ice cream, and I think I'm gonna go meet somebody for lunch. I do need to charge up a bit more, and I might be headed back to trail tonight. I signed up for a 4 o'clock shuttle, so we'll see what happens. Cool. I'm kind of just going with the flow of what's happening here, but I left Julian. I took a ride with one of the trail angels, and I'm down the hill back in the desert at Stagecoach RV Park, which is hiker friendly. So I'm gonna grab a shower here. I'm gonna do my laundry, and then we have the shuttle coming to pick us up at 5:30 to take us back to trail. It's really hot right now, so trail in the evening is the way to go. We gotta climb, headed out, but right now, shower and laundry, baby. Living the dream. That's kind of where we came down from yesterday. So far, a lot of the feedback from the hikers about town day is that town day is chaotic, stressful, etc. That's true, man. Just kind of figuring out what you're doing, figuring out what everybody else is doing, and saying like, hey, that sounds like a better plan. So I hopped on the shuttle down here like last minute. I met up with my friend Karen from trail, and she told me this is what they were doing. I thought I was doing something else. I had power stations all over town and outlets plugging. charging up and had to run around, grab all of them. Didn't even get a chance to say goodbye to anybody else, but I'll see them out on trail later because they're all leaving Julian at either 4 or 5 to get back to trail. I'm gonna go shower now, but I had to do my laundry, so I've been wearing rain gear out here in the 88-degree heat, so I can put on clean clothes when I get out of the shower. Hiker life. Headed out to pick up the shuttle back to trail. Yes, we just got into town today, but we're headed back to trail, at least a lot of us. I think we just are ready to keep moving. And also there's a pretty big climb with a 14-mile water carry out of town. So it kind of makes the most sense to start later on this evening and get some of those miles in. There's less to do tomorrow. I don't know, it feels good to be clean though. And yep, that's a wrap on day 8, I suppose.